I'll believe it when I see it. Have you ever said this? The likelihood is yes, as it's a common statement you hear people say. The reason for this is because it's true, and it is especially true in relation to swimming. If your son or daughter can learn to see themselves performing well, it can create a positive belief in their ability to succeed in swimming. Seeing really is believing. I'm Helen Davis, and I work as a sports psychologist at Think, Believe, Perform, and I'm a performance psychologist for Swim England. I work with a range of athletes and teams from various different sports to enhance performance. Over the course of this short video, I'm going to explain an important psychological technique in swimming, visualisation. This technique mentally rehearses aspects of your son or daughter's performance. If used effectively, it can be very powerful for performance, and research tells us it is particularly effective for competitive swimmers. The power of visualisation allows swimmers to practice skills, strategies and mental skills without physically being in a training or a competitive environment. This practice in your mind allows your brain to actually send chemical signals through your brain and nervous system, making the same connections as if you were to be physically practicing. There is a lot of evidence suggesting that visualisation can enhance performance and learning. Thoughts and emotions, and successful swimmers are really good at it. There are numerous ways visualisation can be used in swimming. Ways might be to improve technique, to prepare for a race, to swim faster, to manage emotions, or to recover from injury. It is important to decide what area your son or daughter would benefit from most when visualising. It doesn't just have to be visualising their actual race. Consider other options as well. Visualisation is only effective if it's done well. So the more you can encourage your son or daughter to practice, the better. Consistency really is key. For it to be effective, making it as real as possible is important. Here are some key factors to help make your son or daughter's visualisation as realistic as possible. 1. Include all the 5 senses in visualisations. Bringing sights, sounds, smells, tastes and touch will make it more effective. Secondly, include emotion. Bringing in feelings with it will help it feel more real. This is about getting your son or daughter to really think about how they feel in the situation they choose to visualise. Finally, include relaxation. Use simple breathing techniques such as breathing in for 4, out for 7, before and during visualisation will help keep focus and concentration. Practicing visualising regularly really will make a difference, and your son or daughter will then become more comfortable using it as a technique. Here are a few exercises you can share with them to help boost their visualisation skills. Firstly, when they next swim, ask them how attuned they are to their senses. Ask them to notice the smell of the water. Listen to the splash and sounds of the water. Get them to feel the pressure of the water on their hands or take in their surroundings visually. Ask them to do this and report back to you what it was like afterwards. Try and get them noticing as much as possible. Next, you can talk to your son or daughter about evaluating how good they are at visualising currently. Why do they do it? How beneficial is it for them? If it is, why is it? If it's not, then why not? There are 3 skills which we can get really good at, and this will help them to visualise effectively. One is developing vivid images in their heads. How good are they at having a sharp image in their heads with detail? Ask them what they saw, what colour it was, what texture it is. Ask them to bring vivid images alive for you and create a picture in your head. Another skill to develop is to see how good they are at controlling the image in their heads, and how good they are at manipulating that image. For example, how long can they visualise themselves staying ahead in the final 25 metres in a race? Can they visualise someone catching up with them from behind and them staying ahead? Can they visualise working hard and pushing themselves to stay there and fighting until the finish? Also, try to encourage including self-awareness in visualisation, as this is another really important skill. Ask your son or daughter to become more aware of thoughts and feelings that influence their performance. Regularly ask them after races what thoughts were going through your mind. What did you notice? How did you feel? Did those feelings change as the race went on? These are just some examples of good questions to help with self-awareness. Visualisation is a key psychological skill in swimming and one that I use with many swimmers. Having a mental rehearsal before an event can be an effective performance-enhancing strategy in swimmers. The key to it being successful is it being done well, consistently and regularly. So here are a few further tips and strategies to help make it effective. Encourage your son or daughter to learn if they prefer visualising from an internal or an external perspective. Do they see themselves doing it or do they watch themselves? Both can be effective methods. Have they tried both? Which do they prefer? To visualise effectively, aim to be calm and relaxed. Encourage your child to find somewhere quiet to go where they will not be disturbed. Remind your son or daughter that using all the senses will make it feel more real. Encourage working at controlling the images in their heads, perhaps concentrating in real time if possible. So if they are visualising the final 25 metres, try and get them to visualise this in the time that it actually takes them to swim it. Keep it simple. You want your child to remember their visualisations easily, so don't add in too much. Use movement to make it realistic. This is particularly helpful if using visualisation to help with technique. Practice it as much as you can. Practice can be at home or at the pool. The more they do it, the better they will get at it. I have some swimmers who write down a visualisation script. They can take it with them to the pool and go through it. Some like to record it on their phones, then they can play it back to themselves and listen to it. Work out what works best for your child. Thanks for watching this video. I hope that you can talk to your child about visualisation with more knowledge about its benefits and help them develop the skills to keep getting better at it. For more information about visualisation in swimming, take a look at my website www.thinkbelieveperform.co.uk.